when you are done with it. Right? It's just like, going to your email on a browser, getting access to that service. The day you are done with it, you relinquish it. Today, if you have to, kind of set up an application, what do? You ask the IT department to kind of, give you a full-fledged server, which has ABC configurations, or you simply go and use a private cloud model and do a self-service by which on a click of a button you are able to provision the right virtual machines with the specific configurations that you needed. Right? Obviously, elasticity is the fundamental or base for any cloud related services. Reason being, it is dynamic. Today we have a demand. For example, take festival season. Come October, there is a high demand of, lot of people purchasing a lot of, it's about apparel, it's about white goods, lot of things which happen. So what do the white goods company would do? And I have some friends here representing that part of the industry also. So, there is a high turnover, there is a high flow, there is a big demand in the market, there is a pull, there are marketing campaigns, there would be more inventory flowing, all those things. But, there is also a period when these things come a bit lower. There is an appetite which comes down, but then again, the season takes over. So it's elastic in nature. You get when you need, you relinquish when you don't need it. Obviously usage based because it's on a metering model. IT no longer is just a cost center. It's about productivity, it's about efficiency, and every department should own and should be able to, deliver back the cost that it is, used. So if not a full charge back, we should have a sure charge kind of a model, wherein IT can go back to business and say, this is what we provided, this was the cost. So that each department clearly knows what they used and how much they are accountable for in terms of the balance sheets. So what does cloud drive? I mean, there are multiple things, but obviously 3 basic things which come to my mind. Agility, economics, and innovation. Agility is because you are able to quickly roll out the applications, the needs of the business very quickly. It's about economics because A, we are able to consolidate the resources. We are able to drive higher utilization, so more bang for the same buck. We are able to ensure that the IT gets away from a break fix to more as an innovator. You are able to think ahead. You are able to strategize more for the business. You are able to plan, this is what the business would need 2 years down. Can we provide this particular capability to the business so that they are more effective in their operations? So it's about, moving from a standard routine work to being more innovators in your own right. So looking at the stack, obviously, we do offer both tiers, which is public and private, and I'll not go through all the details out here. But what we also have is the binding glue which binds these 2 technologies. And why I say so is because we spoke about a hybrid model, which was organizations will adopt a private as well as a public cloud. But you really don't want 2 discrete management strategies to be able to adopt and manage those 2. So if we have a common fabric which can manage both, so sitting on your console, you can see your public cloud instances, you can see your private cloud instances, manage both of them together. And you can also have a cloud burst kind of a scenario wherein you could transition applications from a public to a private and vice versa, depending on the needs of the business. Obviously, these 2 products kind of are the pillars to create a private cloud for Microsoft, which is around Windows Server, which has the hypervisor layer, which creates the virtualization platform on which you build your private cloud through System Center suite of products. We did a launch of System Center 2012. It's a revolutionary product which was announced in December, formally launched in April. It's something which has undergone rigorous testing. So the figures and statistics are all there for you to see. Provides you end-to-end capabilities. The suite has 8 products in it, which cater from not only operations management to virtualized environment management to data protection, high availability, disaster recovery, application management, antivirus, everything that you need to be able to run and manage a private cloud infrastructure. We do partner very well with a lot of storage and network vendors. So we have appliances built jointly, which provide you off-the-shelf private cloud kind of an appliance, which you can just simply plug it in your environment and get started. So, and this is our philosophy. When we think of private cloud, this is the philosophy. For us, there are two personas. One is a service provider, which is the IT. And then there is a consumer. That's the business. So if you look at the essential tenets or the attributes which each one of those would use, it's clearly about, the service provider is more about, they need pooling, they need delegation as well as control. They need to delegate some work which is trivial, non-mission critical, non-crucial to the business, versus control wherein they really need to have a complete handle on what runs the actual business. Like for a bank, a core banking system is something which is critical. Obviously about cost efficiency and other things. The consumer needs everything else. They want control at their end as well as simplicity. They don't want to be marred with a lot of technical jargon. So we really want to isolate the two layers, which is the servers and the application. If we can isolate the two, then we can focus on business because applications run businesses. So if we are able to provide the capability to be able to manage the applications rather than just managing the black boxes on which the applications run, that has a far better impact on the business. So all these terms kind of boil down to rendering service. It's about rendering service in a cloud kind of an environment. And that could be hosted internally on public or on a hoster. Similarly, with resource management, you need to manage resources which could be around, these are certain standard terms which many of you would have seen, or if you are part of IT, you would have got those requests. Can we automate all this? Yes, we can. Let all this get on a cloud, managed through System Center. Or deployment of new services. Obviously, you have the compute, storage, and network. You have all the application tiers getting rendered as a service. Again, some terms which you would often see in here from the business side as requests. Business is working fine. If we get insights on what the problem is and resolve them, there is a problem. Can we look at the problem? Yes. There was an issue. Service is not working. We find it's on an application which is actually related to a piece of network. Can we get that insight through a management tool which provides you all these abilities? Yes, we can. So, for us, it's all about the application because applications run business. So we should be able to get the right insight on the application, how it is working, using System Center. It's cross-platform metal up. And just to clarify, we manage, besides Windows, we do manage Unix, we do manage Linux, we do manage VMware, we do manage Citrix. We do provide the same development platform experience, be it on Java, .NET, Ruby on Rails, or anything else that you can think of. Completely cross-platform, you can do it any way you want. So, I'll just leave with this message, which is, we all have an opportunity to be cloud innovators, drive a lot of efficiency. I will quickly invite my colleague Anant just to talk about how you would use cloud and run the BI efficiency on top of cloud. Thanks.
Good afternoon, and my name is Anant. I handle the application platform stack in Microsoft, and BI is my area of expertise. As Pradym said, we are looking at deploying large workloads on the private cloud, and BI is one of those workloads which you could easily deploy. So I'm going to be talking to you about one of the new products that we have had this year, which is SQL Server 2012. Now, most of you are familiar with SQL Server. SQL Server provides and powers many of your line of business applications within your organization. Quick show of hands, how many of you really know that SQL Server is actually more of a BI tool? Okay, we got some people in the back. Okay, that's good. Oh, there's one more, Mr. Anshul. So, SQL Server has been leading the BI charge for a long time, and we have had a philosophy of anytime when you look at data, obviously you would be looking at business intelligence as well. And we have been bundling our BI capability along with the SQL Server releases that we have had earlier. And with 2012, we've made some more enhancements to SQL Server and offering more capabilities around the business intelligence part of it. So we have a very matured BI product today, and what we are really look to do with the new release is, one, to provide self-service business intelligence to your business users, where they can go in and do rapid data exploration. And how do they do that? They do it through their familiar, all too familiar productivity tools like Excel, web browser. These are the tools that they would use to do the rapid data exploration, right? So we've built capabilities around that, and I'll talk to you about that in the next few slides. While we provide for self-service BI, there is also a lot of concern. Most of the CIOs do have concerns around how scalable it is, how easy is it for me to manage the BI environment, especially the self-service. How do I control it? How do I make sure that my corporate governance and policies are in place and guide the business users accordingly? We made that simple through our SQL Server management capabilities, where you can set up organizational policies, roles, governance models on that, so that you can have a better model and you don't have some business user trying a runaway query which will consume all your resources, right? So we have had that capability. But the most important part in any BI implementation, and the reason why most BI implementations also fail, is that while we do a multi-million-dollar implementation, the data that is coming out of it often is not right. And that often leads to a scenario where users throw it away and say, hey, this tool is not good enough for me. And then we go back and try and fix that. What we have done is we have brought in all those enterprise information management capabilities that you would need. For instance, the ETL tool, integration services to extract data from any data source that is there in your organization. We are probably the most interoperable BI platform today, where you can connect with any data source that you have. Data quality services, where you can manage the data that is coming in into your BI environment to make sure that it is in line with the expectations of the user. Master data management, that's a new concept that most organizations are looking at, right? How do I have a central master data management module or a system deployed so that my data stewards in the organization can have better policies and governance on the master data, so that it's in line with the organization's expectations, right? So we have done that piece as well. And lastly, most organizations are looking at, when you look at BI, you have two schools of thought. The typical Ralph Kimball's approach of data warehousing, and the new concept where we say, okay, let me quickly get started today, and tomorrow I should have a report and I'm done with that, right? Or then I take it forward. So we have tried to provide that to both schools of thoughts. While you can go and do a typical 10, 20, 600, 800 terabyte storage data warehousing and then build BI on top of it. Or if you want to go deploy BI tomorrow and have dashboards out there to your users day after, I'm talking literally day after, to get that message across, you could do that as well, right? And so we have done that. Now, this is a question that I often ask my customers, and most of you who know me have answered this. The most widely used BI tool today in the market, it doesn't matter whether you're using Microsoft or any other product, right? What is the tool that you use to do BI? All your business users do. It's Microsoft Excel, right? And what we have done is, as I said, earlier, we want our users to be using a familiar environment so that it's easy for them to build analysis, do data mining, do their reports, consolidate data, do whatever they want to do, all on Excel. And if you typically go and ask an Excel user, what is pivoting? I'm sure all of us know about pivoting. I don't even need to do a polling on that, right? Everybody has done, if you've used Excel for 2 days or more, third day you will learn about pivoting by yourself. You don't need to be taught, right? Now what we have done is with pivoting, we have taken it to the next level. We call it the Power Pivot. It's a free add-on tool that you can install on top of your Excel, and which will connect to any data source in your organization, structured, unstructured, SAP, Oracle, SQL, Azure, Marketplace, you name it, wherever you want. And collate that data and millions of records, and I'm talking about millions of records. There's no limitation on the number of rows that you have in Excel. So with that, you can create rich interactive dashboards with slicers and dicers, and then so that you can look at that, you can do data mining on top of it. And once you have those created, you can publish these workbooks back into your environment, into a portal where you can share and collaborate along with your business users. So this is what we have done, and this capability is the starting point of our self-service capabilities, right? And it's quite simple for you to adopt, right? And something new has come up, and I'll take just 5 minutes to talk about that. This is a new tool that we have introduced with 2012. It's called Power View. It used to be called Project Crescent. Now, the idea is, today we are moving away. My colleagues were talking about multiple devices, tablets, multiple platforms, iMacs, iPads, iPhones, Androids, Windows phones, and Windows 8 tablets as well, right? The upcoming releases. So with these multi-factor, multi-platform products coming in, your business users would be wanting information on those devices as well. Now, are you going to have a platform-centric or a product device-centric strategy? Not possible. So we have looked at a strategy where we can have a rich BI experience delivered to all those devices, and possibly other devices coming in the future, on a single platform using our Silverlight technology, which runs across any platform, any browser, right? Where business users can literally go and create their own dashboards, okay, in a matter of minutes. I don't have time today, but if you want to see that sometime later, let me know, I'll show it to you. It's quite simple, and we have something called a semantic model, BI semantic model, which basically creates an in-memory data model that is on business terms, doesn't have to be on technology terms, no table names, no field names, but on business terms, which is related to the business users. And from there, they can create these dashboards, interact with those dashboards real time, in memory, real time, and best of all, you can share it. When I say share it, you can publish it obviously to the portal, but you can also publish it to a tool like PowerPoint, which is what you would use for presentation. Export it offline, go do your presentations, go do your analysis, and take it on from there. Now, this is something that we have done with 2012. I'll be more than happy to show it to you or talk to you about it. Thank you for your time. I'm Anant again. You can see me around here. Thank you.